going on, everybody? It's John from Everything Sim Racing. This time we're taking a look at Project Cars 2, Full Motion, DOF Reality. We're also running a direct drive wheel from Simplicity. We have the Quaif from ProSim H-pattern shifter, the Real Gear Rally Pro from Ricmotech Handbrake. We're running the Fanatec V3 pedals inverted, and let's give it a go. So again, Project Cars 2, we got all of our cars here. Let's just do some private testing. Now I have the settings of DOF Reality pretty high, set pretty high. Just for this video, pick a car, pick a track, and let's just get out there and do a little private testing and see how this baby goes. Maybe we'll do a race, we'll see how things go. Let's start out with something fun. I'm a fan of this old H-pattern Mustang here. You can see it's 4-speed H-pattern. Got the old H-pattern from ProSim here. All my gears. And let's change the color up a little bit. I'm not much of that bright red kind of guy. Let's go with that yellow and black. All right. Long Beach. No, let's do this one. All right, we're out on the track. Let's give it a little go here. You guys can really see just how much this thing is going to be all over the place. I will say that I do have the motion turned up pretty high, almost 100%, just to really show off what this baby can do. Not that you're going to use it like this all the time. It's actually so much that my driving it really suffers. But for your enjoyment, let's do a couple hot laps. Oh yeah, baby's all over the place. If you're trying to drift and have a good time, I really think Project Cars 2 is probably the game to do it in. It's not as realistic as, say, iRacing. I try to drive like this in iRacing, and I'm like into the wall, and my safety rating looks like shit. Not that it doesn't already. Oh yeah, get it. Just a fun car to drive. There's not a lot of horsepower with this Mustang, but it's just balanced right, at least in the game. I'm not really a fan of this car in real life. I mean, I know it's iconic and everything, and I appreciate it and respect it for what it is, but it just doesn't call to me. Stay up that wall. Oh. Just scratched the paint. Oh, we're going up. Now this in VR is, I mean, it's really breathtaking. I really do enjoy playing it in VR. It's a little bit more immersive, especially when you can't see the movement, and then all of a sudden the movement starts happening. Oh. And, it really, like I said, it really adds to it. I do enjoy. Oh. Oh. Camera literally just hit me in the head. Alright, so, what was I saying? About VR. My problem with VR is, even with the Vive Pro, which has the most pixels out of every single VR, I'm still getting, like, it's kind of granulated. Of course, the dashboard looks freaking epic. Even the cars, like, right up on you look really good, too. Ugh. But I'm trying to look down, down range is the best way I could say, down track. I really can't see. Everything kind of gets pixelated and a little bit blurry. I don't know if it's just because I'm getting old and my eyes are getting worse. Because it doesn't really happen to me in other games. Even I have some flight games and it doesn't do it. It just seems to be the racing games. I don't know if it's just the fast movements, but I just have a woo baby. Oh man. Oh. Oh, hope you guys enjoyed that. It just doesn't have the same effect for me. I mean, again, it is epic, but the VR really shines when you're flying. I mean, it just totally makes you believe it, adds all that immersion, and I'm not saying that driving doesn't. It does as well. It's just, again, I need to be able to look beyond the front of my car and see when these corners are coming up and how to brake into them and how to, what gear to be in, and my marks on when to shift. And if I can't see that, I mean, who really gives a shit whether or not it's more immersive? And not only that, but I mean, I spent a shit ton of money on these monitors. These are the Acer Z35 Predators, the 200R curve, and I have them kind of mounted really close together, so it really adds some immersion. I mean, in a car, all I need to see are these windows. I mean, what do you see in a real car? And it's not, it's not like an airplane where it's got a ton more movement. As long as you have the head shaking in the game, which definitely adds to it, makes it more believable. So I don't know if we have on right now or not. It's a good question. I do. I see everything bouncing around a little bit. Anyway, if you have it static, sometimes your brain can look at that and say, "Why is this static and not moving?" Which is the main complaint of people with, the triple monitor setups versus VR. And I just think that's baloney, because as long as the game kind of moves the screen around a little bit for you, then your brain's going to kind of perceive the two of them together. Now there are some older games that don't do that, unfortunately. There's some options, but come on, what we're doing here is pretty much experimental ass technology. So what do you expect? See, I was not paying attention. It's a good thing this isn't a real car, because I mean, you know how much money that would have cost? Not counting the fact that probably our life. Should be doing a lot more trail braking, but really trying to concentrate on shooting this video. Regardless, I'm having a good time. I love this track. I love this car. Do a little talking here about some of the stuff I'm rocking. Gonna be doing full reviews on everything very soon. Just want to make sure it's professional, looks pretty decent for you guys. So what do we talk about first? Probably this thing that's making all this noise, this H-pattern shifter from ProSim. Thing's freaking expensive, like $1,500–$1,600. It's made by Quaife and licensed, I guess, through ProSim. I don't know if you know who Quaife is, but they make legit race car sequential transmissions, and they are like the name to be if you're into sequential. And I'm sure they make some badass H-patterns too. I mean, they're a transmission company. But regardless, oh baby, that paint. Baby, don't be so mean. And there are a lot of adjustments that you can make. You can extend it. Haven't really gotten around to messing with any of that stuff. It's pretty good out of the box. I'm not going to say it's perfect. Wait for the review for everything, but I mean, if you got the $1,600 to spend and you want to drive H-pattern, then I mean, there's no better option. Period. Which, I mean, what guy that has the money to do this isn't going to want to drive H-pattern? I have a bunch of sports cars, and have had a bunch of sports cars, and I can't say that any of them were sequential. They were all H pattern shifters, including the ones I have now. So I did end up, doing the sequential, but since I'm new at it, and I'm not really, the master at it, I decided to just go with the Derek Spears designs, which is definitely a lot cheaper than the Pro Sim from Quaife. I mean, they have a couple of them. The one is a little bit cheaper, but it was like really big, and I don't know, it's just something about it. I really like the one that kind of looks like this one, but $1,200–1,300, and I got the Derek Spears for almost a third of that, and I really like it so far. I guess what's the difference? I also ordered the one off of eBay, the Dim Sim. I ordered that guy. It's $130. I figured why not give it a shot. I got 2 sequentials to choose from for half the price that the Pro Sim would have been. I'm not saying that at some point in time I don't have that Pro Sim, but for now I'm putting my money other places. Speaking of money in other places, oh, that's the end of that one. Woo! All right, let's get out of here. All right, ready? All right, and we're back. This time we're in a Ferrari, and let's listen to that V12 sing. I wish I could do that thing like in the movie, the Ferrari. I've tried to do it. I don't know if that was just a movie thing, or if you could really do it, or if it's maybe a specific vehicle, or you just gotta be like gifted. But let's go. Ooh, big turn. Again, I'm not super familiar with this track, but let's give it a go. Maybe it comes back to me. You know how those tracks are, they just suddenly, you're like, oh shit, I know this track. And I do not know this track because I'm all over the damn place. Delete everything from back there. Okay, so we're back. Vehicle select, thinking something Ferrari, something vintage. Have to stay relatively older because we need to make sure we stay in that H pattern. We don't try to go over to, those sequentials. So I'm thinking vintage Ferrari. Thinking maybe that. That looks pretty badass. 512S. Alright, here we go. Ferrari 512S. Listen to that V12 sing. I'm gonna keep this thing off the walls. Ooh, get it, girl. Woo! This thing is a monster. Very tight for 1967. Ooh, no! No! I scratched it. Probably pretty bad. Oh yeah, really bad. Yeah, let's go check it out. Alright, so we're back again. Pit crew looked at the car. Apparently it was just superficial, and we're good to go. Let's give this another shot. Let's take this time and talk about the direct drive wheel from Simplicity. It's the SW20 version 2, the upgraded bits. I don't know what the hell all the shit is. but it's pretty damn badass. Really a huge upgrade over like my old Fanatec worm drive wheel. Stay. There you go. Hit it, girl. And whew. It's funny that driving this fast requires a lot more of my attention. My brain doesn't seem to want to work quite the same. Woo! We're all over the place. See, it really rips though. Oh, I just kissed the wall. See that? It's kissy. Oh, kissy. Oh my goodness. This thing has got some power. I mean, it's all over the place. Alright, so back to the wheel. Anyway, I bought this maybe 3 months ago. Thing is really fantastic. It's all OSW, like an open sim wheel type design. Where we're flying over here. Definitely got some air there. Let's slow it down a little bit so I can actually talk. So it's basically OSW. It's open. It's an open design. Uses SimuCube. I just can't go slow sometimes. I'm sorry. So it's a one of the little midge motors, like 20 new. Oh my goodness, that was totally my fault. I'm sure if you saw down there in the pedals, I did not blip the throttle. And let's try a little drift car. Got the handbrake set up, so let's see if we can. Oh, this one's a sequential. Let's see if we can make it lie and make it work. Sometimes I can get them to work here. So let's see. We can make this work as an H pattern. I know sometimes you can do that with the other cars too, but it just doesn't feel realistic because the car's so fast that it makes no sense. This car we're trying to drift, so even if I could just get it in second freaking gear, I'll be good to go more than likely. Alright, here we go. We're ready to rock and roll. Now this is technically a sequential car, but you can drive some of the cars with the H pattern. I think you can drive mostly all of them. They just don't feel very realistic. This is a drift car, so I'm not super concerned with it. As long as I can get the damn thing in the gear, I think we'll be good. Got the new handbrake all set up, so let's give that a go. I'm probably going to spin this thing into a wall, but hell, let's have some fun doing it. Oh! You've ever driven this car before? Oh my goodness. The wheels are literally made of plastic. Let's try this a little bit. Woo! Put this thing through a workout, the traction loss. I don't even need to touch the damn handbrake. Let's try. Oh man, I hit the wall. Oh, you know why? Because I didn't even notice. I'm on the wrong side of the damn car. Goddamn British. I'm just kidding, I love you guys. Oh, that's a wall. Alright, come on. think the motion might be set a little too high. That and the combination, and I really don't know what the hell I'm doing. Just for those young guys, I was just trying to show you the damn handbrake. Whoa! Not that I know how to use it. I didn't need that front clip. Oh, I need fire coming out of my goddamn engine. Whoa! My goodness, that turbo. Alright. I think something's wrong, actually. Something tis wrong. Yeah, no shit. Anybody who can drive this thing like a boss, mad respect. This car is just so loose. It just has so much power. We'll turn the force feedback up. Let's give that a go. Oh yeah. I think I just gotta just tap it. I'm kind of pulling it too long. Or you could just miss it altogether. This might just not be the car for me. I think I'm ready for this beast yet. Listen to it though. Are we getting neutral at all? No. Still pretty badass. Alright, we started with a Mustang. Let's end with a Mustang. This one's just got some more horsepower. Let's give it a go. Now I will admit that this is one of my favorite cars to drive. Just the balance, the horsepower. You know, it's very much like the other Mustang. It's just got that that little extra power to it. I have the feedback way too high. Let's give that a go. That it just sounds nasty. Probably got a Coyote motor in it. See if I can't get you a couple hot laps without actually crashing into a damn wall. Or not. corner too hard. That's what practice is for. Can't do that shit in real life. Well, I bounced off the wall last time. Just make sure I don't bounce off the wall next time. Yeah, okay. Good luck with that. Oh, airborne again. Trying to cut that corner too close. What are you gonna do, right? You're trying to push it hard.